Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another interesting Star Citizen video. This is another topic that hasn't been touched on in a while. It's organizations, guilds, clans, syndicates, private military corporations, squadrons, whatever you want to call them. Star Citizen calls them organizations. Now, I did an org video explaining how to make one uh, for org leaders a long while back, a couple of years back actually. And as you know, org 2.0 is going to be coming out soon. They changed the name to something else. They relabeled it. It's not org 2.0 now. It's completely something different. But what it's supposed to do is change how orgs, basically how every player in the game interacts with the website and how the website interacts with the game, so that, and how you can communicate, you can chat, your friends list, all that stuff is going to change slightly. So a lot of this might be not important, but I doubt if they're going to change the basic concepts of the orgs. Didn't explain in that original video, I didn't explain what it meant to be an org leader or what it meant to be in an org. All I did was explain how to create one. I want to let you know that I am an organization leader. I have ran a number of guilds or groups in other games, and understanding how orgs work. I can see points of view as a member and as a leader, and I'm open-minded, and I wanted to help explain the consequences of some org types and help you as a leader and as a potential org member to understand the org system, and how it would help you or hinder your org. Now, Star Citizen is not finished working on their org system, so things might change, but I don't like the way that they have it set up, and I don't like the way their direction is going, in my opinion. But having said that, before I get started explaining the org system, I do want to say this. Orgs are not for everybody. But you should look around at the orgs and see if there's one that speaks to you and the way you're going to play Star Citizen. If there is an org out there, join it, right? Meet new people, team up. Your enjoyment level in Star Citizen will go way up. There's nothing better than having friends, even if they're new friends. As long as they're playing with you, you're teaming up, you're going on missions, you're fighting together, you're laughing, you're exploring, you're having a good time with your friends. That's really why you would play a massive multiplayer game in the first place. You don't play a massive multiplayer game to go soloing it, right? You want to play with your friends. Now, that's not for everybody now, but I'll tell you right now, it is reason why you might want to join an org, is so that you can make new friends and you can enjoy the whole multiplayer experience. But now here's where it goes haywire. Star Citizen in Star Citizen you can join up to 10 organizations. One being your main organization and 9 being affiliate organizations. When you go to create your org, right? And just letting you know, you can create your org to be exclusive, right? You see these guys, they're casual, regular, hardcore. But when you go to the recruiting page, if it says recruiting right there, some of them will say they're not recruiting. Okay, that's weird. And some will say that they're exclusive. Okay, their members cannot be affiliates of other organizations, right? If you're an exclusive org, you want your members to be in your org and not in any other org. Now you might say, Mr. Everything, that's crazy. Why do you want to limit your members and blah blah blah, right? Or why would you want to join a group that's exclusive? Or why not, right? Why would you want to make your organization exclusive, knowing that players might be turned away from that? Okay, that's one of the main topics of this conversation is affiliates versus exclusivity, right? And then we'll talk a little bit about some of the other things in the organization. Exclusive orgs, why do they exist? Well, that exclusivity could be controlled by the organization leader through conversation with his members. See, there doesn't need to be a toggle that says you're exclusive. That's something that you would tell your players, your members, hey, we're an exclusive org. You don't have to have a toggle saying that, but RSI, CIG wanted to have that as a toggle. What that is doing is it's letting the player know before he applies or before he has a conversation with these org leaders that he's running an exclusive org. Now, why would you want to have an exclusive org? Player base. That's what we're talking about, player sharing. There's something that I coined a phrase called player sharing. Orgs have this thing called player sharing. What that means is you have let's say you've got a player out there and he's a member of 10 organizations. Let's say he's maxed it out, right? I know not everybody's doing that, but let's just say he's maxed it out and he has 10 organizations. And you've got 10 organizations on the website and they all show him as a member. So he basically became 10 members. Because if 10 organizations all have one member, but it's only one guy, then that's a false reading, in my opinion. But now let's talk about this. He logs in to play Star Citizen. What org does he play with? Which TeamSpeak is he getting on? I know a lot of people are using Discord nowadays in Star Citizen. What Discord channel does he go to? Is it different every time he logs in? He doesn't have any kind of loyalty to any of these organizations. He's basically sharing time with each of these organizations. Now, let's say he gives each organization an equal amount of time. He spends one day with one org, he spends the next day with another org, he spends the next day with another org, but he only plays like 4 times a week. So by the time you get a chance to see him again, it's a month later. So you as an organization, let's say you're a military organization, and you've got this guy who's a member of 10 organizations, I'm exaggerating, but it's a possibility, and he's all over the place. What good is that? That doesn't help your org in any way. He's not technically in your organization. He's just on your friends list. As far as I'm concerned, that's just a friends list person, right? Okay. So now, what's the advantage from the player's point of view? There's a big advantage because now you've got all these organizations, members on your friends list. It's not technically, they haven't done that yet. It's not instituted in the game, but that's what the intent is in the future. Is every organization you're a member of, there's going to be like an organizational chat. So this one player could have 10 chats open, one for each org, so that if he needs a team member, he could just pop a team chat into all 10 of those chats, or one main one or something that goes to all of his orgs or something, however they have it set up, so that now he's talking to 10 organizations and he's going to be able to draw from that many different members. But if those organizations allow affiliates, which he is a member of, he's an affiliate, whatever membership he thinks is in those orgs is not a real membership. So, like, I just went and looked at one organization today that said they had 10,000 plus members, 12,000 plus members, right? So I clicked on it and I went down through the list of their members, and I would say that more than half of them are affiliates. That's great, right? But that doesn't mean that that organization's got 12,000 members, because it doesn't. It has maybe, it's still a lot, 6,000 members, but 6,000 members of them are just affiliates. To me, I don't know, to me, an affiliate is just an extended friends list, right? So why don't you just use a friends list? Why do you have to be an affiliate? I don't know. There's just something about that doesn't strike right with me. Okay, now as an organization leader, I look at my member, right? I look at my member, Joe Snuffy, right? Joe Snuffy, he's a member of my organization, but I'm not his main. he's an affiliate of my organization. And then when I go to look at his main organization, it's redacted or it's hidden. His main organization is hidden. And so, or I'm his main and all of his affiliates are hidden. As an organization leader, what is that telling me? That's telling me he doesn't want me to know, or anyone, to know what other organizations he's in, which means he's keeping secrets. And I don't want anybody in my organization that's keeping secrets from me as an organization leader, because I've played so many different games and had so many different organizations, and I know that out there in the universe there are organizations that are intent on infiltrating, spying, you know, figuring out, trading secrets, basically stuff like that. And if I have an affiliate in my organization that is only in my organization to learn about what our intentions are so that he can tell his main organization, the pirates or whoever, I don't want that. So as an organization leader, I personally have set up our organization as an exclusive leader organization, because I don't want you to be a member of another organization, come in and spy on me. Now, I do understand as a member, as a player, there is an advantage of being a member of a bunch. And if you don't have any foul intents, if you're just a good guy and you're just using these organizations as friends lists, then I don't understand why you don't just use your friends list. Just make some friends and have a big friends list. But I guess it's these being an affiliate of an organization is like a ready-made friends list. So I can kind of get that. Okay, now we're looking at the screen right here. When you are searching for an organization, you can refine your search, right? You can pick a language, right? You can pick the size of your organization. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. We're going to talk about archetypes in just a minute. Role playing, commitment, activities. Okay, so let's just talk about commitment. Okay, this is what kind of a commitment they want from their members, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, every org would like you to be the kind of guy that's on 24/7, right? Which is kind of a hardcore org. But that's not what they are going to say. No one is going to say, hey, I want you to be on 24/7, because that's ridiculous. That's like ludicrous. They're going to ask you, hey, we want you to be just a regular player that logs on whenever, and then when he does, he joins our organization, and we go out on raids or team missions and stuff like that. That's regular. Casual is kind of like log on when you want, it doesn't matter, you can be on once a month or once a year, we don't care, right? And so casuals are usually got organizations that are very laid back, very much more about the social interaction with their members and not really about uh, running as teams in the game, right? Regular is the regular. They're going to be teammates. They're going to go on missions with you. They're going to laugh in the chat. They're going to tell jokes. You're going to talk about builds and uh, theory craft, and you're going to share info about X, Y, or Z, right? Where hardcore are the guys that are going to be like, you have to be on every Monday at 2 a.m. with your purple gear, and we're going to go on a raid, and it's going to take 3 hours, and if you're not there, you're kicked out of the organization, right? So it's just, if why would you want to be in an organization like that? Okay, well, one reason why you'd want to be in an organization like that is because you know that everyone else in that organization has the same level of commitment that you have. You also know, okay, those guys, they're hardcore, right? And that's what I want to be in. I want to be in a group that is going to push me to the limit. They're going to be better players because they're always on, stuff like that. So it's just what you're looking for. Pick what you're looking for. Now, role play, right? They've changed this button a couple of times, I do believe, because it used to say light role playing, yes role playing, no role playing. I think there was I think there was a couple of other. I don't remember, but from what I remember is because I picked yes on our organization, but that just means that some of our members role play. It's not a requirement. There is role playing sometimes in our organization. No means we don't care about role playing. All we care about is the mechanics of the game. All we care about is gun X better than gun Y? You know, where role playing is I care about what the gun looks like. I care about how it sounds. I care about how it feels. I care about if everybody in my unit is carrying an auto rifle, I should be carrying an auto rifle. You know, those are minor role playing things, and that's role playing. Whether it's actually always talking in character or not, that's another level of role playing. Okay, so that's. But do you want to role play from time to time? Find one that says yes. If you never ever want to role play, find one that says no. Okay, size. Small means organizations less than 10 members, right? Medium, I do believe, is 10 to about 30 or 50, I think. And then anything larger than that is considered a large organization. I've seen organizations out there with hundreds. I've seen organizations out there with thousands or even tens of thousands. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to join an organization that has just one person in it? Like this one right here, the Brotherhood. I'm just picking on them because they're the first one on my screen. The Brotherhood, one member, casual, no role playing. His archetype is business. Okay, it's an organization. It's not a, well, I guess organization is just generic, but then you got business, military, cult, and criminal, right? So what kind of an organization do you want to, what size of an organization are you interested in? Do you want to join an organization that only has 3 members or 1 member, and now it's you and him, or it's just the two of you? Or do you want to join a medium organization that's got around 30 members, let's say, 10 to 50, where you can be a part of the team, you can know everybody's name, you can get to know people, you can learn their strengths? Or do you want to be in an organization that's got 10,000 members where there's always somebody online 24/7, but you don't know anybody's name? Every time you log on, you think about this, 10,000 people. You log on, there's always somebody different online. You're never meeting the same guys. If it was me, and I've talked to the squadron about this, we personally do not want to get over about 200 members. We want to stay around 100 to 200 members because that way we'll always have somebody online, but you'll be able to meet everybody and you'll be able to know everybody. So in my opinion, stick with a medium. Large is just way too big, in my opinion. But that's up to you. However you want to do it. Archetypes. If you're looking to join an organization that's only about financial things like merchanting, salvage, mining, stuff like that, and you might start looking at corporations because that's probably the kind of organization that they are. But I'll tell you right now, don't exclude all these other organizations because even the criminal syndicates are still going to have guys going out there and doing mining. They're going to have guys carrying cargo. Hell, they're going to be pirates, you know. And then even the faith. I don't know if faith is kind of like a role playing thing to me. It's kind of cool to have a cult. I don't know. I don't think there's any place for that in the game. You know, that's just me though. And then private military. Basically, those are like your mercenaries. But guess what? Our organization is a PMC because there's not one here. There's not an option for military. We have to be a private military. We can't be just part of the military. But we're role playing the fact that we are in the Navy. and that we have explorers, we have merchants, we have to escort our own merchants, we have salvage teams, we have bounty hunters, we have everything in the organization. It's just that it's listed as a private military because we're in the Navy. Okay, so find. I don't exclude any of these. That's my opinion. And when you're looking for an organization, find when you actually look at the organization, see if they put any time into it. Like guys that put no time into it, like they have no icon, or when you pull up their webpage, they have no unique pictures and no text typed in there. Those are the ones that I would not join. But like this guy right here, okay? At least he's taken a little bit of time, made a picture, and I don't know what his site looks like. And that's just an ignore anyway, right? I wouldn't consider any of these. This one I might consider. That's kind of cool because it's got a picture, right? That just means that the guy had taken a little bit extra time. Maybe he's not skilled at it. That's just stuff you got to look at. But if you open up their page, something catches your eye, and you read it, and it sounds exactly like what you're looking for, I would say yes, join them, do it. Okay, now we do more. Like here's the activities. Unfortunately, the Star Citizen page only allows organizations to pick 2 of these. Uh, if if I could pick more than 2, I would pick bounty hunting, exploration, scouting, security, trading, and transport. Maybe social too. But I wouldn't, some of these other ones I wouldn't pick. But they should get some people, and this is why they probably do it. Some organizations, being the way people are, would just click on every single one of them and say that they're all of it, right? And they're trying to make you be more specific. And I get that, but 2 is probably just not enough. I think ours need to be about 5 or 6 choices. More choices the better, but not all of them. Okay, now recruiting. Are we recruiting or not recruiting? Yes, we're recruiting. Okay, and that's why it should say yes. But yes, we are exclusive, so our organization will say exclusive there. But because they're exclusive doesn't mean they're not recruiting. Yeah, so those are some things you want to look at. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually search for an organization. Let's go casual. Let's go medium size, right? And then let's go private military, let's say, and we're looking for bounty hunting and exploration. They got to be recruiting. I don't really care if they role play or not. Then we search, right? And it comes up with a lot of different organizations, right? You got organization. You can scroll through and you can see all the organizations that fall under that category. Now, if you look at the membership lists, you're seeing 10, 10, 10, 11. Well, where was it at? There's 11s, 12s, 13s, 14s, 17s, 22s. It's starting to go up, right? Okay. Now let's click on one of these, right? Here's it says they had 6 members. They're recruiting. They're casual. Okay. Click, right? And it's got the Canada and the U.S. flag. I thought that was pretty cool. It shows that there are 16 members. Okay, that's pretty cool. And they found a picture. I think there's one of the generics you can put on there. That's cool. And I like the background, how it's like the OD green with the whatever. Now let's click on members. Yeah, and you can see who the members are. If you know any of these guys, you could say, okay, cool. Or if you know, or you can even chat with them or whatever. But see, this part here has not been enabled in the game yet. That's going to become enabled eventually. But let's go to like description. Now, you got their description. You got their little history right here. He's put some kind of effort into it. Got some pictures going. That's pretty cool. Got a manifesto. No. Does he have a charter? No. And then you see he's security and bounty hunting. Is that you? It's really not enough to go on, in my opinion. Right? So, oh, who are these guys? The 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. Okay. Let's check this. Click on these guys. It says they're an exclusive membership, and we click on them. Wait a second. What's this? They've got a little splash screen here. Got some logos. They've got an external website. They talk about what they're specializing in, right? They've got, well, that's open because I'm a member of them. They've got a description here. Come down here. They've got history. Got a manifesto. They have a manifesto. We have a charter that you can link to. They've got basically an advertisement page. Got a recruiting video. Somebody's put a lot of effort into this, right? So we go to members. Got a few members and growing. Yeah, okay. Shows that they're bounty hunting and exploration. I wish we could put more on there. As a member of an organization, you have this thing here called chat, right? You can go to this chat as a general backer. You just have to go through it up here. Whoops, it's chat here. But as a squadron member, you can actually go to, you have a squadron chat, right? And then you got also, if you're an officer in your squadron, or an organization, I'm sorry, you have an officer's chat, right? So these chats are there. And then you got, if you're a backer of the game, you have the backers chat, and whoever else is in the chat. You can talk to them. A lot of people use this as a recruiting tool, actually. And then you go to general, right? The general chat means whether you're a backer or not, pretty much everyone has access to this. And hey, it looks like Toast is on. So you can ask Toast questions if you wanted. You know, and this is a chat system you can use 24/7. And that's something that you can use as an organization. Okay, I'm going to leave you with a final thought, right? This is a final discussion about organization. And this circles back around to affiliates. I don't really, and this is what I stated earlier, is I don't like the direction that this game's going. If you have an organization, and that is, I feel, and this is just me saying out loud, I feel that a player should have to make a commitment. You should have to decide if you're going to be a member of an organization or not. Are you in an organization, or are you just associated with a bunch of people? Because if you're just associated with a bunch of people, you're not in that organization. Now, on the flip side, I can be a member of the Best Buy Reward Zone, and I can also be a member of Target. I can also be a member of Walmart's club. I can also be a member of, J.C. Penney's or whatever. I can be a member of all of these organizations. But am I really a member of any one of them? I'm not. Because as soon as I pick the second one, right? As soon as I pick the second one, then it's all about me. It's all about me. It's not about the org anymore, right? So I'm not being, okay, let's back up a little bit. One of these orgs offers something that the other org doesn't offer, right? One org offers like a military presence, and another org offers the economical presence. And I get that. I get that you want to have both strengths. What I'm saying is you should find an organization that has both of those in it. And that way you don't have to be affiliated with 20 different organizations. You can pick one that is your goal. That's what you want to do. And if you want to do two things, then find an org that does two things. Now, does this limit you in your friends list? No. If you know guys from one organization that are all like paramilitary, gung-ho dogfighters, become friends with them. I don't know. I'm torn between it. I'm torn. I understand why a player would want to be in in a uh, a affiliation with other organizations, but it hurts the organizations to have their members affiliated, is what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of like, on one hand, because I'm an org leader, I don't like affiliations. But on my other hand, as a player, I like affiliations because it gives me an extended friends list. So I'm kind of like, and if all my members in my squadron are affiliates, then they're not really in my squadron. They're just using me, right? Because of my whatever my squadron does. And our squadron does everything, but primarily focuses on military escorting. But if they need an escort, they'll be an affiliate with us, but then they're going to be, you know what I think I might do? And just by talking to you, just by talking it out with you guys on this video, I might actually change my organizations to not being exclusive, because I'm looking at it from the player's point of view as it being kind of restrictive, right? But I need to let that player know that if you want to be an affiliate of ours, you have to be your affiliations cannot be hidden, because if you hide your affiliations, then you're telling me you're a creep, or you're a pirate, or you're something like that, and we don't tolerate that. So that actually might just be a big change. You guys, I appreciate you allowing me to talk this out with you on this video, and I might have grown a little bit. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out and watching this video, and I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the verse.